Last time on Highward Life, he's been awoken by this female bear cub. Well, this is a young adult, and he is a young adult too. She is half of his kind. He's half of her kind. He will attempt to mate. Given the mating calls, she accepts, and this is their nest. The funeral done. So they now use this last pieces of him for food. Yeah, they're like cannibals. They go to these plains to scrap up his meat. They're sticking their knives in him and bolts so they can get off the meat off him, so they have food. And there's him. He decides to go in closer. She must do a big jump of victory dance. Well, he's still battling this thing because this thing won't give up. He knocks it off and it's going away. He's walking against this. They're sleeping, but then the bear awakes to go hunting for some food. Walking. She climbs up here and smells something fishy. She smells something pretty good, and she's hungry, so she'll follow it. She makes a loop to face. He sees her, and he runs. There he is. He knows she'll be tracking him down. His only safety is this boulder. A chicken appears from the sky. This chicken will attempt to kill it. It's not even twice the size of it, and it's still attempting to kill something less magnificent. This is what happens when things go hungry. They attempt to fight. She's pushing and grabbing and scratching. This is a male, so he attempts to grab it and push it into a wall. But the female is too strong, grabs him and pushes him in the wall and beats him. And grabs him, holding him in her mouth. He scratches and kicks. She kicks him back. And then he starts to step on her and starts to do a victory dance on her. But she is still alive, so she pushes him down and she starts grabbing him. And she's taking him to the base in his mouth. They're at the base where the male werewolf is not woken. And then they begin to feast on him. A goblin is looking for some food. When he encounters the king pushes the boulder, almost smashing the goblin, but the goblin has a sword and stabs the boulder and pushes it back. The king runs here. Right here. There's this massive line here that the goblin could barely go through. But the goblin is pretty smart and grabs the king and stabs it, and he's taking the king to the goblin place. The goblin lives by this cave, which is where the bear and the werewolf are going to make their new nest at for their children. The goblin pushes the king, and the goblin traps the king right here, and the goblin leaves. Gonna call this pack of goblins to come and feast on the king. They found this wonderful new cave, which they're gonna live in. So the bear goes in, the wolf goes in it. If they don't know, they're being stalked by the chicken's female mate. Apparently, his pack was basically hunted, but one of them manages to come. It is him. He greets them with the vow. Because this is his friend. He tells them food's this way. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff. They're right here. He tells them where's the food. But the king manages to escape. Is madness. If you don't know, this woodman, this is his natural habitat. So he will drink as much as he can. He lives here. He lives specifically in this area and is just drinking and building a nest here. It's perfect for building a nest because it's all the mud is what he's like. And perfect for digging. A nest for his children. Well, she's children. She goes to go wash off in this area. She washes off and is calling a male to mate. She covers herself in mud, so nothing can sniff her out. She cannot sleep because she really wants to mate. But she's decorating her base. She's right now decorating her base. So the mate will like her base. She's decorating it so the mate will like her base. In a little bit she'll make mate calls. Hopefully anything big will not hear it. She's putting this to make her base look nice. But like I said, for the mate. This male is stalking her. She goes to the river, cleaning off, because she's pretty dirty. She digs a little bit. She digs some dirt. But for the river, she digs out some dirt, so the river could be a little bit more fresher. So she could actually. So her babies could have a fresher river instead of drinking all these dirty rivers. Yeah. She's going to her base, and she's digging in a little more room to sleep, basically. She likes the mud around her, so she always could always be camouflaged. And then she gives out mate calls. The mate is coming. The mate needs her to accept the mating call. She accepts. So now they're basically married. So the mate likes the base. So he's starting to dig out some more of the base for children. Of course. He also likes mud on him. So he stays camouflaged. They don't know another mate was here. He was going to go mate with her. But now they must battle each other for the mate. She wakes up and then they're about to battle. He pushes him down, hoping he kills instead. But then he's battling him, and he pushes him in the mud, scraping off lots of his body parts, bleeding out and in the forest, almost dead. And then now she has a new mate, and they're also digging for children. And it was a fire drop what fell down, which is also food. So, yeah, they're gonna eat that later. They covered herself in mud. It flooded, which ruined their base. So they're gonna have to make a base right here now. So the male is digging, but the water's going in the base, so they're going to have to live in the water now. Yeah? Yeah, I did. He's showering himself in mud, and yeah, he's digging more for the female, so the female could be happy and not dig. As you can see, he's very, very dirty. He starts digging more of the base, bringing in some stuff. He brings in a nice rock to stop some of the flow of the river and starts to dig more. He brings in some more mud and does it like this and then starts to dig. He digs even more, which knocks down the rock, which he doesn't care anymore. At least he has a nice muddy base, and that's what they like. He also brings the wood, so the base also looks nicer. He wants the base to look nicer, so other males could be jealous of him having a nice mate. So he keeps on digging the base and is finally finished, and they go to wash themselves off. They're washing themselves off in the mud. It's very refreshing and very delicious to drink. They bring in a plant for decoration. They have a plant for the base, so the base is not all just mud. Even more plants, so their children could not just be in a muddy environment. And they have all these plants so the children won't be in a muddy environment, like I said. And they're sleeping on the mud. They don't know that they're being stalked by a flesh-eating meat eater. And as you can see, there's another flesh-eating meat eater taking a bath in the lake and drinking. He's attempting to go closer for food. He's watching them. The thing is eating carrots, like really good carrots. And he attempts to eat some plants because he also could eat plants. But plants don't really help him. But he's eating them just because he's really hungry and he really needs food. So he's gonna eat the plants. He grabs a rock just in case if he finds any mates. And he's gonna make his own base near them. He lives on this rocky hill, so they won't go over here. He puts the rock right here for an easy step, and he's going to attempt to kill them. They don't see him. The male wakes up, and they're going to attempt fighting. He smashes the male into the ground and kills the male and buries him, taking him to the water. So the female doesn't know where he went, and just burying him in the water. He's using stuff like plants. I got mud on my phone.